I like to say something about people who pursue things in life. They're damned if they just sit around and just wait for life to take its course, or they pursue something, and whether it's through greed or they're just intentionally want to upgrade their lifestyle. But through time, people have been investing time, money, personal interest to pursue something. Over 90% of them do not succeed in their expectation. It's not that they failed, but they expected some kind of wealth or some large expectation and they didn't get it, whatever reason. And small percentages have somehow been compensated. Now you can say the humans control their fortunes to misfortunes, but I'm afraid it's a bit deeper than that. What constitutes one person to succeed and to be compensated while the many, many hundreds of thousands who do not? Then in a historical time, there have been people who have been pursuing the intellectual areas of the mind, where they would call it a Pandora box. Pandora box is a place. It's a treasure box where God's power and wisdom contain. Even archaeologists through history, they have been searching, going into ancient tribes, caves, Incas, tribe, whatever, civilization, looking for this secret. Unfortunately, the secrets of Pandora box lies within your mind. It depends on your exposure to life, experience and trivials and challenges that you have faced in life that gives you the perception and the power and the wisdom what Mother Nature has. So I'm going to tell you about certain people in history who strive for this Pandora box, but somehow nature will not give them the compensation within their lifetime. But until they died, they became iconic figures of such importance. Such people as Virginia Woolf, Friedrich Nietzsche, Sylvia Plath, Van Gogh, the painter. There are many, but these people has impacted many lives. Unfortunately, within their time, it has been a great tragedy of death, in suicides, to whatever caused them, because they were seeking into the mind and they want to go into deep into the Pandora box where they would find the riches of God's power and knowledge. Now, there have been certain people who have succeeded, but what is the justification? These people, they have dedicated their life into something and Mother Nature will not give them, but others have. I tell you this, two things. One is loneliness and two is depression. These two components will allow you into the gates of Pandora box. Without these two elements, you are not going to enter into Pandora box. Pandora box is a dark place. It is a place where humans seek to obtain Mother Nature's power. And many, thousands and thousands, over 90% have died in self-destruction or slowly died in substance abuse, alcohol to narcotics or whatever. Any mental institution, they have all ended up in mental asylum some way or another, within their house, into an institution, whatever. What is it about the human nature that we seek to find Mother Nature's power? Humans, now poets, artists, these are the most common people that are recognized as people who seeks into the Pandora's, but it's in every area, whether politics, people who want to understand the history, whatever. There's a deep subconscious of the mind where humans must enter. Problem is that they want to hold on to security. They don't want to let go of this humanistic life of friends, family, material things, job, security. They don't want to, and they don't want to enter into the dark area of addiction. To enter into Pandora box, you must feed the beast. Feed the beast within you. The addiction. The addiction makes you go deeper, deeper into the Pandora box. And not many will survive it. And I am saying this because I am a philosophy writer. If you want to know more about me, you would have to Google how to plan your child's life and educational future. And then you will understand more about me and why I am talking about these people. Because as I have reached toward personal success and goals for 30 years, consciously, 30 years consciously, unfortunately from my birth, that is another 20 years. You're talking about a half a century of world life experience and travels and constant ups and down challenges, where I have entered into the darkest rim of this Pandora box, and somehow I am still surviving. But these people, and that continue to be the future generation, looks upon these people and says, what went through their minds? What made them to become such dark entity that they have self-destructed? It is mainly because of their ego. But what justifies them not succeeding at their lifetime is like a slap in the face. After they died, they are recognized. And then there are many who have succeeded. They are painting, they are writing, there are things in life that are so stupid and make so much money, and then there are certain things that are so creative, artistic, and brilliant that are not recognized. Even the humans think they created the fortunes and misfortunes. I'm forced to tell you, as you are made out of matter, Mother Nature controls your fate to destiny. So, let's look at Virginia Woolf. She is dependent on her husband, who is a professor. They will never be hungry. They will never be without a home. But within herself, she felt she was so brilliant, and that whatever knowledge she had was so great that she was beyond common people, and her ego got best of her because she could no longer stand unsuccessfulness of her accomplishments, so-called accomplishments, self-published books and all that. If you look at Friedrich Nietzsche's documentary, he will say this great statement: if this does not work out, it will be end of me. Let me tell you what that means. Anyone who pursues things for 20 years and over have invested all their time and energy into something. Money, self-publishing and all that, or whatever, financing the investment, whatever. When they know they put everything they had into it, and it did not succeed, it did not compensate in finances that they were looking for, that's what he means. It will be end of me because I am too old, I cannot go back to work and all that, and how am I going to support myself? So anybody who's out there studying Nietzsche and say that when he says that word statement, it will be end of me if it does not succeed. Van Gogh, the great painter, he has painted over 800 some pictures over 10 years. Problem is, all these people have been supported. None of them went independently on their own. They never worked. They went to work and they support. They were all supported by someone or some family member, whatever. So when Van Gogh killed himself, it was like an accident but intentional. he couldn't go like this. So he was like, after over 10 years, 800 painting, he sold one painting for like a few dollars. His brother's art gallery is going down. What was he gonna do? So he just like kind of like wanted to feel the pain of despair or whatever. And he was, artists are cowards. They don't like pain. They don't like to kill themselves deliberately. So they have to create this drama or whatever. Anyway, these people, and Sylvia Plath, she was so young when she was recognized for her brilliance. But was it her brilliance, or was it Mother Nature compensated her for whatever life depravity she'd been induced to? Because if she was in control of her creativity, in the time when she needed money to take care of her kids, and then she could have came up with any other poetry to sell. Any humans out there that they feel I am in control. So anytime that you're financially in trouble, or you cannot, you don't have the certain money and things, if you're in control, you should have no problem coming out with another great ideas. Nowadays, in this modern time, we have these YouTubers. They have obtained such easy success. Unfortunately, their future is nothing but bad news, because as they have obtained easy success, which they think they earned, but really it's Mother Nature trying to give you something to ease your life, to take care of your family. But rather than that, these people will arrogantly think that this money flow is going to continue, and then they'll start spending on things that are ridiculous, that they don't know the future of their life, rather than appreciating the moment of the blessing, whatever. They arrogantly will continue to think that they were going to keep making this easy money and start investing on some ridiculous things. I mean, their internet has exploded the world of occupations. And I feel sorry for your people who have these early successes, because the future of it, about 5-10 years later, I could see your whole family just being destroyed because of your arrogance and not appreciating just a moment of blessings and using it for better use, like of your family welfare and future of your children, rather than ridiculous enterprises that you don't know what tomorrow is going to be like. Nevertheless, humans are always striving through greed and personal ambitions. Over 90% of them will fail. It's not that they failed, that they did not get their expectation of this great wealth, but they should have wised up and stepped back and said, hey, I tried, it's not that important. Life is my life, and my family life is more important. And step back. And then if they still feel they need to strive for it, and then continue. And this is a great lesson for all inventors or pursuers. If you get in a jam, you feel the mental agony and frustration, step back and then just release yourself from the burden. Step back. And then if you're destined to follow this path, and then come back. I had to step back and forth for 20, 30 years. But this is the only way that I have survived and obtained this philosophical insight or knowledge of Mother Nature. And through this video, through this simplicity of anybody that is out there that is pursuing, you think, oh, I don't have to cook. I could just, eat some cheap crackers and drink coffee and I'll live until I hit it big. No, you're greatly mistaken. Mother Nature has a rule. The rule is independency, no support, traveling, risking, challenging yourself in other things, not sitting behind your secure life of shelter and job. Mother Nature has a rule. You do it yourself. You don't do it by other support. There's too many people who are doing it on their own. Those are the ones who's going to succeed, not the one who gets supported by the family members, by their spouses, and expect, oh, I'm going to hit it big. No, it ain't going to work like that. So, through my advice in this cook, because you have to eat, and you think, oh, I'm just going to like eat simplest things and live like that. Mother Nature wants you to obtain skills and discipline. Just like in a kung fu movie, wax on, wax off. It's not the wax on, wax off. It is the discipline that is asking to obtain the greater skills. And that's what future generations are missing. So I hope there are young generations out there watching me that you think you could sit behind your little computer in your safe home, whether your mommy's house or on your secure job, and I'm just gonna play and write, and I'm gonna hit it big. No, in my opinion, I'm telling you what, just stay humanistic. Just enjoy life of family and friends, and just the hardest thing you're ever gonna face is find a new job. Do not try to enter into a Pandora box if you cannot handle loneliness and you cannot handle depression. Because when you enter the powers of Mother Nature's wisdom, it's like hanging onto a cliff. Each year, a finger goes out. You only got 10 fingers. Eventually, after a few years, few of them gonna crash, and not in a pleasant way. And whether you die or not, it really doesn't matter, because there's too many people in the world. 7.5 billion people. You, in your arrogance of ambition, driven to seek things that you really don't deserve or have the discipline to show worthiness, if you're that arrogant and you die from that, let me tell you, just like in the Rocky movie, the Drago says, if he dies, he dies. Mother Nature says the same to you. If you die, I don't got time to worry about you. I got billions of other people and animals who lives simpler life than arrogant and needy and greed. So my skills is to help the future generation. Okay, you have to eat, and you think you don't have to cook because you're a writer, engineer, or you're seeking to invent. You don't think no, you're gonna have to cook, because every time you fall, lose your job, you lose your place, whatever, you're gonna have to resurrect yourself. And cooking is the only way. Stretch that dollar. Every dollar you make, you have to stretch it. So my point is, I'm going to continue cooking. It's not all about Asian food. I'm going to cook some Western too, but my point is, the fastest, limited ingredients. I don't got time for all these different kinds of, all these common way of cooking, where you spend more money than the actual cheap product that you're cooking. So until then, so I hope I could help you in some understanding of what it takes to pursue and achieve the things that you want. It's not sitting back and being supported by others. You have to do it on your own. Mother Nature asks for independency and discipline and sufficient. So until next time, I'll see you later.